Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 1.49% to 19,503. Ethereum up 1.19% to 1332. Turning to the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours. Clayton up in front 15.5%, Casper nearly 10% up, Aptos nearly 8% up, USTC around 7% up, as is NEO, and Arweave up about 4.5%. The greatest losers over the past 24 hours, Maker down nearly 4.3%, HT down around 4%, XCN or Chain 3.24% down, Cello 1.4%, Chili's about 1.3%, and KCS just a little under 1% down. You may be tempted to make your buy or sell decisions based on the color of the market. Crypto technical analysts take a completely different view. The first thing they do is to mark up their charts with the CTKS method. One chart that's very important to mark up is crypto total market cap. Yesterday we were about here, and what happened? We saw a bit of a sell down and then a spike up. In fact, $11.147 billion flowed into crypto market cap. We saw a lot of buyers coming in and making sure the price didn't come down. This is all the way across the crypto market. And the crypto market is currently just taking off. But the concept is this is weekend price action. We need to see how significant this really is. We'll come to that a little later on. Total crypto market cap is currently 891.16 billion. We have a resistance level above, and this is across the entire crypto market at 896.73. And we can see that we've done incredibly well. We've overcome a level of short-term resistance and a longer level of resistance through here. This is really good, but bear in mind, price is always moving in a wave. That's rule 4. Due to rule 45, your beloved alts cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity, so we must understand how Bitcoin is moving. In yesterday's episode with Bitcoin, we were around 19,206. What happened then as time went on? We saw a bit of a move down and then a lightning bolt up. Now, what's actually occurring inside Bitcoin? We need to look through the CTKS method at the daily smart money buy and sell levels. These are levels of structural resistance and structural support. Levels below the current price are smart money buy levels, and levels above the current price are smart money sell levels, and they're always dynamically changing. Just something to bear in mind. Where could price go next? What we see all the time inside markets is the price literally pings between smart money sell levels and smart money buy levels, and it's always going up and down, up and down. This is something to bear in mind. And so what we can see in yesterday's video, price was sort of midway, a little bit closer, I guess, to this 19,423. But the underpinning smart money structural support level was 18,662. It could go either way from yesterday's video, but we saw some positive signs, an overcoming of resistance through here, short-term resistance. So that gave a little bit of a positive bias. But this shaded area represents the weekend, so weekend trading can be very light. It doesn't take a lot of money to move the market on the weekend. And this raises a really important question. This big candle here means that the buyers were getting behind price going up. The longs were piling into the market. Why do you think that may have been the case? Please let me know in the comments. What do the probabilities hold for where price goes next? We know that the weekend is coming to a close. The institutions will be back with their big buying power and selling power. We know that we're above one level of support, structural smart money support at 19,423. Bitcoin is currently trading at 19,484. We have a structural sell level at 19,641. And what is the next one above that? That's 19,986. So we can see that price has a degree of positive momentum, and unfortunately the support level below this 19,423 is actually 18,662. We've not got a lower support level playing in here from a structural perspective. We saw that basically as Bitcoin overcame resistance, it made a beeline for this smart money sell level. And that's exactly what the sellers did. They came in and sold this level. That's why we're seeing this decreasing rate of increase at the current time. It's really important to do your three-dimensional risk management. Always think about the probability of the market going down and do that first, because that's usually the one people do last. And put a percentage next to it. Think about the market going neutral or the market going up. That's the first part of the BORSOG code. Then think about how this specific percentage makeup will impact your portfolio, and all of those percents add up to 100%. I do a deep dive into this particular BORSOG code in episode 685. And how synchronized do you feel with the market? It's really important to do your active learning every day. Let's zoom out a bit and just see what's happening on the daily basis. We can see that this big push up has certainly brought price to the cradle of support. That is a very, very positive move. But we need to see if this actual push is real or not. And how do we do that? I'll show you a little later. We also need to bear in mind when we're looking at a weekly basis, we're just starting to get into that cradle. We're not there yet. We're still under mild resistance. We've covered one level of support, but the other level of once support, now resistance, is playing in. We have to be careful about what price could do from here. That's why your BORSOG code is so critically important to you. You can control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. So let's have a look at what the longs and the shorts are doing. We can see the longs absolutely came in and bought the dip. And how? Because it did dip down. And because the longs piled in, look at what happened to the shorts. They got squeezed. And what you're seeing, this big candle is a short squeeze. So is this squeeze significant? The only way to answer that question is to actually look at 24-hour liquidations. We can see over the past 24 hours there's been 45.3 million in total liquidations across 26,197 positions. And when we look at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, we see 70% short. What about the past 12 hours? About 73% short. What about the past 4 hours? Whoa, 89% short. And the past hour, nearly 94% short. The shorts got caught in a short squeeze. But how significant is this short squeeze? Actually, it's tiny. One thing that confuses a lot of people when they get into trading for the first time is market cap and how market cap actually moves. We saw here 45.3 million in liquidations, and that moved the crypto market, total crypto, how much? It moved it $11.147 billion. This is something to be aware of. Inside the masterclass in TM17, I talk about a secret that very, very few people know about market cap. It's incredibly important that all investors know how to trade, because every time an investor buys or sells, they become a trader. Let's have a look at the top cryptos and reference them to Bitcoin's gravity. This is really important to do. We can see Ethereum, and it's quite likely that Ethereum projects are all behaving similarly. So keep your eye on this gravitational difference. Currently, we're seeing an outperforming of gravity on Ethereum. BNB is underperforming. We can see ADA underperforming, XRP underperforming, Solana underperforming as well, Doge underperforming, DOT very much underperforming, and Matic overperforming. It's critical that if you're in the masterclass, you watch these daily videos. I'm always dropping gems all over the place. And when we look to the next level of alts, and there's these four are just community favorites, and I want to show you some interesting things there. When we look at Tron, it's underperforming. SHIB is underperforming. We look at Uni. Uni is close to performance. It's getting there. AVAX underperforming. Now, I wanted to show you Clayton because Clayton was significantly underperforming the market. And we know that strong become weak and weak become strong. Let's just fast forward into what Clayton just recently did. This is what happens in crypto all the time. Just because something is underperforming doesn't mean it's bad. It could mean it's a really, really good thing to get into, but you must know what you're doing. Don't guess, no. And when we look at Mana is underperforming, and Axie is really underperforming. It's one of the hardest hit top 100 in the past week, but Clayton was one of those as well. So just bear this in mind. This is not a pre-drawn conclusion that you just go into something that's been wildly hit and you'll make a fortune. Sometimes you may have to wait a while, and sometimes the weaker do get weaker, so be careful. There's a lot of knowledge that you require, and that knowledge is inside the masterclass. And when we look at Quant, we can see Quant is obeying Bitcoin's gravity, but it's underperforming relative to what it was doing. When you have big overperformance, it generally needs to resynchronize. Another little knowledge gem that will help you out. We know Optimism is an Ethereum-based project. So when we look at OP, and if we look without the daily Stanfield levels, the smart money buy and sell levels, we would see something like this. Now you might ask the question, where is support and where is resistance? If we draw in the Stanfield levels, we can see the support running through here. And this support is not based on recent price action. It's based on all of price action. That makes it very, very different to any other technique out there. And when we see this resistance playing in here, it's very little wonder that OP is actually struggling at the moment, because there's a lot of smart money saying, okay, I'm going to take profit. You'll find that cryptos bounce between strong support and strong resistance, and they do this all the time. Having the CTKS method, which is exclusively taught inside the masterclass, is like having X-ray vision on the market, and you can apply the CTKS method to any market. Students inside the masterclass are currently learning CTKS method version 1. I'm going to put CTKS method version 2 into an LV video, first of all, just to give you an insight into how it all works. It's really important to understand CTKS method version 1 will give you skills that other people will never get. It's very, very valuable. That LV video is coming in the next couple of weeks. As a community, we understand that money is the byproduct of doing the right things, applying the knowledge in the right way. We also understand that everybody starts with entitlement and blame when they get into the market, and that's where people lose money. And a lot of people go through zone 1 and zone 2 and exit the markets, but some are called to keep on going. Those people enter zone 3 and zone 4, where people make money consistently, and most importantly, they keep it and have a good life. In the comments yesterday, we were talking about zone 2. Zone 2 is the blame zone, where conflict and jealousy run rampant. And congratulations again to all the new CTKS ambassadors and to DreamSig for being awarded the Ken Stanfield CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship. As Free Dentist said, Zone 1 or Zone 2 are not so healthy. Zone 3 is way better. Big hugs and kisses to anyone who is in need. Thank you, Free Dentist. And Flamingo said, the best way to stop blaming is to stop playing the role of a victim. Nothing has control over us except for ourselves. We are responsible for and in control of our own lives. To blame is to become a victim. We are powerful creators and not victims. Thank you, Flamingo. Grubbies shared a quote from Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but it's a habit. And Badger said, rather than blame, we take responsibility. Well done, Badger. And Brett said it really well. Blame misdirects us from the truth and the ability to identify and fix mistakes and problems. The path of life always has setbacks, and those setbacks set you up for the next life rally. If you look at a setback and you blame another person, you're actually not setting yourself up for the next life rally. So Brett says, taking ownership and responsibility for our mistakes and lessons, which are losses that we turn into lessons, no matter how painful, helps us grow. In order to have life rallies, we must obliterate blame. And John has some really good advice. Blaming destroys success. Having the courage to learn from losses, to increase your knowledge, to be kind to yourself and others is the path to success. Well done to everyone who puts in their BORSOG codes. It's your form of active learning, and the market will always reward that. If you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do each day, 7 days a week, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. As you can see, we have one of the best communities on YouTube. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Please consider sharing and liking this video, and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out a CTKS ambassador to get 80% off. You'll find the links for that in the description of this video. And you can also apply for the partial scholarship for the Masterclass. The link is also in the description of this video. One thing we do each and every day is to go through the CTKS Creed. This primes our mind for profitability inside the crypto market, but also inside life as well. The key part of that creed today is I win or learn and never blame. Blame is the single most toxic emotion on planet Earth. It is literally the turning point where conflict begins and intelligence stops. In order to become consistently profitable, it's essential to give up the addiction to blame, because it's just there. We know as human beings, we're all blame from time to time, but getting rid of blame is the fastest way towards profitability and a fantastic life. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.